theme of the day today is work. Instead of tearing holes in our property and just letting them fill with water, I got a couple trees to do. Big boys across the other side of the lake. One's kind of already started to fall down. The other one needs to come down.
Affected its sister pipeline is shut down. So what is it that we are seeing?
All right, back in the woods on the other side of the lake. It's just kind of up here and actually along this river.
They look at part of the sunny sky. Is that
you know, I guess that was just kind of bound to happen at some point. I think I blew a strap. All right, stay put. Got like 1 mile to go. All right, let's take a look at the trees. This guy, I think I said take this one out. All right, so this is the, I think it was a box elder. And this side came down, want me to clean this up. And it was kind of like a split stem. And I want this side to go too. So without doing too much damage, I gotta kind of wrangle that. Option one would be to climb it and kind of piece it apart. The other would be to kind of hinge it over there. All right, I'll figure that out, but let me show you the beast. The beast is this maple, giant, mature maple. But what's weird about it, you guys see up close. All right, get up in there, and all the center stuff is dead. And I'll show you when I get it down. It was cabled, and it seemed like everything that got cabled kind of died. So the center's all dead, fat stem, no septic over here or anything, so I should be able to get it down in this area. But first things first, I think I best wrangle this thing. So I got here and I thought, you know, when I was fresh, I would take the trees down, you know, climb them or rope them up or whatever. But I'm just kind of chunking this thing up, mainly because I'm sort of thinking about this still. Like, do I climb it and piece it, or do I try to flop it? Just need a few minutes to kind of, you know, like work it out in my mind. It's the slow mind. And the truth is that even if it's not exotic or whatever, this is no less part of the job. Line's gonna go up in here. I'm not trying to pull the tree over. We're just trying to create an arc of travel, like some limitations where this guy can't go. It's kind of like a new rope. Like, you know, one of those things you bought like a few months back and just haven't used, so newish. I'm just gonna hit this with a little bit of crank. Not a lot, because the tree's already leaning, but good stuff on the box elder. Then we got a little bit of pull out right here, but that's fine. Some red going through there. All right, so just gotta chunk this guy down, and then tree number one is at least getting close to being disassembled. So like about 500 more limbs in there and we'll be at capacity for dump load number 1. All right, now look, first half of the first tree is in the trailer. I mean, not the whole thing, but the scrabbly branches and stuff. This has got to be disassembled though. I think I said the theme was work. Everything's chopped up. I kind of went to town on this with the big boy saw, the chip duster, and this is all ready to go. Lo and behold, I did hit a rock in the middle of the stump. That just, you know, my rock saw was cutting pretty good, but it kind of toasted my blade, so I don't know if I'm gonna get that any more cleaned up. Maybe just nip this guy. Maybe when it's not raining quite as hard. Working on load 2. If anyone's keeping track, that is trailer load number 3. All right, now this job always had another tree, this kind of big maple thing behind me. So let me show you what I'm doing with the ropes. We'll take a close look at the tree. All right, so I got my big fat rope kind of up and over, probably about like midway in the canopy, decent crotch. And what I've been doing lately is kind of like this. I've got my rope puller and I got a pulley. I'm not trying to go to town on this thing, but it'll give me some advantage because I'm not pulling direct. I might have to reset this, we'll see. I've only got like 5 more feet of pull, but actually. All right, the rope's not like tight wire tight, but it's got some pull. The thing I'm worried about, it seems like it's hung up right here. Oh yeah. All right, I gotta redo that. I'm kind of hung up right here. All right, got my rope retensioned, repositioned up top, straight line. It's a fatty. Let's see if I can get it down with my small bar, busting out my big bar, but this is where I'm tied. I'm going kind of this way, and I've got a crotch up there. You'll see all this dead stuff with the cables when it comes down. It's kind of like an X of cables up there. I got a little bit crazy. I thought from the sound it was like barber chairing or something, but not at all. It was just that all those stems up top started cracking when it came down, so Went over just fine with the hinge. Just all those stems with the gravity and everything just started cracking up top. This is just a beast of a multi-pronged tree. I used to joke about octomaples. This is like a 12 stem maple. I might have gone a little thin on the hinge in the middle, but it was all good. No rot or anything. No pull out. It's still cracking in there. Getting this on the ground is going to be interesting. Just to get like a feel for it. The cables are kind of like right up in that broken area. You guys want to see the cables on this tree? I mentioned them earlier, but you gotta check this out. All right, here in the wreckage, you can see the cableage. Big old thick cables. And it's weird, like this stem on this cable was okay, but this one was dead, and dead way past the cables. You gotta wonder if it was cabled to something dead or if it died afterwards. Probably afterwards. The other cable goes over here and totally toasted my saw earlier. I was cutting on it. Anchor point's right there. I thought it was over here. And I think there was one more kind of down in here. Anyway, it's kind of like the cable death zone. This guy's got to go over. It just does. It's just like in the worst unbalanced spot right now. I'm just kind of coordinating with the ground crew on a few more trailer loads before we start yanking on the stem. With its YouTube debut, I'm just going to show you a little bit about my new lifter, track loader, mini skid dealio. There is much more coming about this machine, so I'm not going to say a whole lot about it. Yes, it has a grapple. It's kind of got a few hiccups. I've got another video I'm kind of in the middle of making right now about the machine, where I got it, how it works, all the features and stuff, but suffice it to say, it's out here on the job for the first time today, lifting some logs. Some of the bigger logs. I didn't realize it could reach over the side of the trailer. That's pretty sweet. It's wet and muddy out here, so it's kind of messing up the grass, so I'm not gonna use it too much, but just on the big stuff I can't lift. Just like a flock of mergansers just pulled in. Like all mergansers. All right, as for the tree, I tried to flop it with the mini skid, but no, I didn't have enough guts. So let me see if I can get some rope on it. I'm not expecting this to flop over because this puller is just totally wimpy, but we'll see. At the end there, that was all the little yellow giant. I was just kind of pushing, and that thing's got some guts, sorta. That's excellent. Got 2 more ropes stuck, and I was trying to free my other rope, so that one's kind of in here somewhere, sorta. A couple of 10-pound ratchet straps and this should be all set. All right, got them strapped. There's a good chance, like a really okay sort of chance they'll stay on there. And for the factoid collectors out there, it took some number of trailer loads, I'm not really sure. Job was 6 days. That thing burned a tank of gas. Still got some piles to clean up. This right here, this video, it's not really like a how-to kind of video. That was probably obvious to you, but not really a how-to video, more just a story of how I did it. I appreciate you checking it out. And if anyone's adventurous enough to actually want to buy one of those yellow mini skid steer things, there's a link down below. Message me first though, it's a little complicated. It doesn't just show up at your door, you have to get like a shipping agent and that kind of stuff. All right, see you in the next one. That thing lifted some logs.